Hello, and welcome. My name is MiniBetrayal, and this is Factorio Megabase. Last episode, we did not actually a great amount, just little bits of housekeeping and took care of some bitabases. Today, picking up exactly where we left off. In fact, between recording sessions, there was a grand total of about 10 seconds while I started the recording. Sorry, while I stopped the recording, saved it, and started it again. Today we are going to do some blue science. Okay, so what do we need for blue science? We need sulfur, advanced circuits, and engine units. Okay, engine units I will do first because they are easiest. While we are doing that, I want to get some pump jacks sorted out. So, pipes. I need many pipes. So, I'll take them, and I'll actually unlimit that to 2 stacks. Automobilism is done. Yeah. Modular armor? Sure, why not? Just keep things being done. Okay, so, where should we put engines? Let's put some engines up here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is a good number because engines are made in 10 seconds. And if we look at the blue science, we need 2 of them every 2 seconds, or 1 every 1 second, or 10 machines making them. Okay, what do these guys want? Steel, gears, and pipes. So, where is our bus? Okay, steel is currently the top line of the bus. Oops. So, that's the bus. I might actually move that up a bit. So, I'll put another one of these machines at this end. Okay. And then gears I'm going to make on site as I am with pipes. Okay, so I need some iron coming in here. So iron lives on that line. So he's going to come out there, pop under the steel line, and come up and along. They both just need iron, so that's fine. In, out, out, shake it all about. I'll give them 2 inputs because I can. Well, that's the wrong way. And they also want steel. So steel comes from this line. It's going to go up there, hop under there, come out there, and there's the steel. They don't require a huge amount of anything, so I don't need fast inserters. I do need belts, though. Yoink. I think I'm alright for everything else at the moment. That's alright. So there's them. I was going to make some pump jacks while I'm doing this. How many oil spots have I got up there? Just the 3. Okay. So I've already got 1, 2, 3. And I'll pinch some iron plates to make some storage tanks as well. 2 will do for now. No, I lied. 3, 4. 4 will do for now. Modular armor's done. Let's just do them in order. Okay. Throw down these belts. Okay, and input for gears and pipes. Input for steel. Output. Oh my, that was a sneeze and a half. Okay, a balance, more output, and power. Connect that up. Connect the input lines up. And that should give us some engines. Okay, now let's go and get some oil. Right, so oil is, it's up there, there's not much of it. I will take power line north from power production, I think. Flammables is finished. Let's just queue up some things. I can always rearrange them later if I need to. On the other hand, I should be doing things that actually make a difference, such as mining productivity. Stack inserters and capacity. Can't do any blue science yet. Stronger explosives will make my grenades better, I think. Yeah, grenade damage 20%. Portable solar panel, not useful yet. I'll do damage and shooting speed. Then I'll go back to trains. That'll gives us some stuff to do. Don't know if I have enough power poles, so let's make some more. Okay, here we go. So let's set these up as quickly as we can. Don't want to be wasting time. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Some pipes. And power and power. They can go straight into tanks. Okay, so those are starting to fill already. Right, now we need to get the oil to where we can process it. So, let's bring that south. And we've got some water here anyway, so I might actually do the oil processing slightly away from the main bus. We can always take the products we need to the main bus. Okay, so we need some oil refineries. So we need some steel and some stone brick for that. I will need... technically I don't need it yet, but I'll get an offshore pump ready. Why do I have so much stone on me? I don't need that much stone, surely. Where am I going? Stone brick. Is this being limited by stone brick input? Over here, this wall production. You know, it is. Let's do some more stone brick smelting, I guess. I'll just double up what I have. There we go. That'll double up stone production, or stone brick production, and we'll go and eat some of that. And what was the other thing we showed on? Steel plates. Steel lives here. Just going to stand here for a bit and eat any stone bricks that come through. I'll just get rid of that belt actually. Okay. Now, I have not yet done the maths for the new oil refinery ratios, so I am going to do that now. I need a pen and paper, I think. Be right back.
20 minutes later.
Okay, so I am back. I have done some calculations, and to use a well-coined phrase, if my calculations are correct, then the perfect ratio for advanced oil cracking, advanced oil processing at least, is 20 advanced oil processing refineries to 5 heavy oil to light oil cracking, to 17 light oil cracking to petroleum cracking. That will turn 400 crude oil and 530 water per second into 390 petroleum per second. So what I've done, if you half that, rounding down, so you've got 10, 2 and 8 of oil, heavy and light oil, processing and cracking. That gives you, so half rounded down, so that gives you 190 petroleum per second and 10 heavy oil per second, because we want a little bit for lubricant as well. So if you then just subtract one of the light oil cracking machines, so you've got 10 refineries, 2 heavy oil crackers, 7 light oil crackers, that gives you 180 petroleum per second, 10 heavy oil per second, and 15 light oil per second, which we will be turning into rocket fuel. So that is what I think I'm going to go for. So we need 10 refineries. Right, got enough stuff for 8. What do I need? Gears and pipes. Here's some I made earlier. Yoink. 1, 2. Okay, now we can't do the cracking just yet, but I can make the chemical plant. So I think I might sort of set it all up now. So I'll need 9 of these. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll need heaps of underground pipes. Heaps of ordinary pipes. They live over here. Yoink and yoink. And I'll need some storage tanks as well. Also I will want... Can I even make lubricant yet? No, what does lubricant actually take to make? Where is lubricant? Lubricant... There it is. Lubricant makes 10 heavy oil per second in one machine. Sorry, uses 10 heavy oil to make 10 lubricant. So that actually matches up perfectly, because I've got 10 spare heavy oil per second. And solid fuel... Can I make solid fuel already? I think I can. Solid fuel from light oil. Okay, that takes 2 seconds. So it uses 5 light oil per second. I'm making 15 extra light oil per second, so this gives me enough for 3 machines making solid fuel. Okay, so I know what I'm doing. So I've got the 9, I'll need an extra 1 to make lubricant, I'll need an extra... Not being funny, that is made in... chemical plants, isn't it? Solid... I think it's made in chemical plants? Yeah, of course it is. So an extra 1 for lubricant, an extra 1, 2, 3 for solid fuel. Okay, let's go make ourselves an oil refinery. Oh, tanks. I forgot the tanks. I need iron. Okay, so we may as well use this space right here. So, we'll stick down the offshore pump just so we can line things up. Okay, and then here are my refineries. So I'll have that come out there. And so at the moment it's making basic oil processing. That's alright. 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank you, autosave. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So this is where my oil is being processed into my oil fractions. Currently just petroleum. Okay, get rid of some of these trees in the way, and then we'll hook that up with the pipes. Okay, so all the input pipes are hooked up. I've also put the water in place, although obviously none of the water is being used yet. This guy can make 1200 per second, and we'll only need 235 per second, so that's plenty. Right, now the outputs. Okay, there is the outputs. Then we'll hook them up to, so we'll do the heavy oil to light oil cracking. And lubricant. So, yeah, I can't actually choose any of them yet. So, this is where I sneakily look it up. So I know which input is which. Heavy oil cracking. Okay, let's try searching for heavy oil cracking Factorio. That's more useful. Okay, the water goes in on the right as you're standing behind it. So, water goes in on this side here. I can always swap it around later if I really need to. Okay, so that's the water. And the heavy oil goes in there. And we also need heavy oil going into the lubricant. And there's the water. Water needs to come from there. Okay, so it's got the water. And then the output. Output is easy. Except I've run out of pipes. Be right back. And output, there we go. Right, then next comes the light oil cracking. We'll give ourselves plenty of space. And how many of these? It was 7 of these. In fact, yeah, it was 7 of those, and only 2 of those. Okay, that still connects, we're fine. So it's 7 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll hook them up to water and heavy oil. Okay, so that will all be cracking light oil into petroleum. We also want 3 machines turning light oil into solid fuel. So we'll give ourselves a bit of space. 1, 2, 3. And recipe for solid fuel. Just light oil. Okay, easy. Okay, I've just been doing a little bit of thinking. I'm going to have a slight change of plan because I'd forgotten that with some relatively recent changes, rocket fuel also requires light oil. So what I am thinking is, so if we look at the recipe, there it is. Okay, so it requires 10 solid fuel to make, which is alright, and 10 light oil in 30 seconds. So it needs 3 light oil. No, that's not right. It needs a third of a light oil per second. So what I should do to balance this properly is have, if I get this the right way round in my head, if I have 15 machines making rocket fuel, that uses 15 thirds of a light oil per second, which is 5 light oil per second. Meaning I then need 2 machines making the solid fuel. Now that uses up exactly the right amount of light oil, but am I then producing enough solid fuel for the rocket fuel? Let me figure that out. Okay, so if I've got 2 machines making the solid fuel, I'm making 1 solid fuel per second. Similarly, 15 machines making the rocket fuel will actually want 5 solid fuel per second. So that's not gonna work. Okay, I think I figured something out. It's not perfect, but just sitting back in my chair for 2 or 3 minutes, it's good enough. When we get to like the proper Megabase part of it, I'll have to refigure out all my ratios anyway, because we'll be using productivity and speed modules. But my thinking is I will have 3 machines, these ones here, that turn the light oil into solid fuel. Just that is perfect ratios. I shouldn't have any light oil building up. I will, though, have to store my solid fuel somewhere. Then I will have 5 machines turning light oil and solid fuel into rocket fuel later on. Because they will be sharing the oil, they won't run full time or anything. But 5 machines will consume... one machine consumes a solid fuel every 3 seconds. And a light oil every 3 seconds. So light oil is... It's not entirely negligible, but it's very low. We'll be using 1 and a bit light oil per second with the 5 machines. Nearly 2, I guess. And then it uses the 4... So, let me get this right. The 3 machines that make the solid fuel, they will make 3 solid fuel every 2 seconds. So every 3 seconds they make 4.5 solid fuel. With the rocket fuel, 1 machine uses 1 solid fuel in 3 seconds, so we can support 4.5 rocket fuel machines. We'll round up to 5 because we will have a backlog. And essentially what I'm thinking is it's not going to run full time, but the most important thing is it should not back up with light oil, which is the thing that I don't want to happen. So I'll put these guys in now. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They will want some light oil. There. And we'll give these guys some outputs as well. So 1, 2, 3. I'll just put them there. Okay, and we'll have a buffer system. I haven't left myself enough space for a buffer system. Great. We'll have a buffer system down this way instead. So that will go in, out. Like that. How many have I got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7's a horrible number. Let's go for 8. In fact, let's just go for 10. Ten steel chests. Okay, and then these will want some inputs. Was that really the last of my... fine. Make some more. Okay, and these guys will want some outputs as well. So yeah, definitely building for the future here. And we'll put these guys, I need more of them. Put these guys into some chests as well. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, yeah, this will essentially turn all my light oil into rocket fuel. and it's got some space to store up the solid fuel until I actually research the rocket fuel. Okay, so there's that bit done. Then the lubricant needs an output. That's fine. Then I just need to store stuff, I think. So I'll put the storage on this side here. Okay, so we've got one for petroleum, one for light oil, one for heavy oil. And I need to hook things up at this end as well. So petroleum is... yeah, these guys need outputs, so these guys spit out petroleum. So they can just hook in like that. Then this wants to be hooked up to light oil, which is given out by them, and also wants to be hooked up to there. Okay, so that's all the light oil hooked in. The heavy oil wants to be hooked in there. That's easy. And I think that's ready to go. I'll give myself a lubricant output over here. In fact, let me just change these up a little bit. So I'll give myself light oil, heavy oil. And then that's lubricant, and petroleum can come out next to it. Okay, so I'm not doing anything with the petroleum here, I'm just making it. Okay, and we'll have, where did my tanks go? There. So that's petroleum, that's lubricant. Okay, so petroleum comes down here, and this should be able to go down, looking on the mini-map, go down to there on the bus, and lubricant next to it. Okay, so we need to power all of this, and then we should be good to go. Okay, so that's all hooked up to each other. Then I need to hook it into the grid. Should be easy enough to do. I'll go down one more. There we go. Whoops. And there we go. That should start making us some petrol. Yeah, you can see this tank here is filling up with petrol. Nothing else is working yet because we need advanced oil processing for that. But there we go. Okay. Right. We'll need some plastic, so we need some coal. Did I put coal on the bus? Yes, I did. Thank you, past me. Okay. Right, because... where's my blue science? It's in here now, isn't it? Blue science. We need... So we've got engine units. Sulfur, actually, that should be pretty easy to do. That just needs water and petroleum gas. Maybe I should do that up there as well? Because I don't need a huge amount of sulfur. What does sulfuric acid... Yeah... Maybe I will do sulfur processing up here as well. Because I've got the water, I've got the petrol, that's what I need, and I don't need a huge amount of sulfur processing. So I'll get myself another 2 chemical plants. 2 I find is a good number for this kind of thing. And you know what, I'll build another 2 as well. And another tank. Okay, right, where's the nearest water? Here. Oops, you need a pipe. I'm going to take water up and along this way, because I want some water over here. Okay, and I'll cut down some more trees. Why not? Okay, so where'd they go? Here. Does that line up? Yes, it does. Look at me go. Okay, you're making sulfur, you're making sulfur. So I need to bring the water along. And in, and in. And petroleum wants to come down this way. And in, and in, and in. Okay, we'll need some power along there as well. That's easy enough. Okay, you want some outputs, and you're quite fast with your outputs. Okay, there's some sulfur coming out. Then, what was the other thing I wanted to do? Sulfuric acid while I'm here. Now, sulfuric acid, that just takes a bit more water, sulfur, and iron plates. So iron plates... so I can bring water down to the bus, or I can bring plates up to the iron area. I'm going to bring plates up to the iron area, oil area. There. Okay, so I'll split off and just take this up. Sulfur, iron, and water. Okay, so where's... there they are. 1, 2, and a tank. That's in the wrong place. Okay, you're making sulfuric acid, you're making sulfuric acid, and you need a lot of sulfur and a little bit of iron, so I should really have these the other way around. Yeah. Okay, you're making sulfuric acid, you're making sulfuric acid. You can have input. How fast are you? Very fast. Okay, you can have 2 of those inputs and 1 of those inputs. And water. So you'll come out to there, no, to there. Like that. You need to be a corner, you need to be a corner, you need to be like that, you need to be like that. And then these guys will want power. And as if by magic we're making sulfuric acid. Excellent. Okay. Right, let's bring down my lubricant and petroleum lines. We'll need them, and we'll have a sulfuric acid line join it over here. Why do I have no petrol in here? Because I'm missing an underground pipe. Bonk. There we go. Okay. Right. Plastic was the next thing I needed to do. So we'll bring these lines down a little bit further. Okay, now we've got some cliffs in the way here. Okay, right, here's the coal line. Let's bring this out to where it's a bit more useful. Oh, out of belts. Time to visit the shop. Okay, so... right. How shall I do plastic? Let's actually take this back a little bit. So, plastic is made in more chemical plants. So, let's get... I'll just get 6 machines of these. Why am I handcrafting so much? 5, 6, that's better. And we'll pop them up here, I think. So, where'd it go? There. So, plastic. Yeah, just coal and petroleum. 1, 2, 3. So we'll just have them facing each other thusly. We'll have some coal going up there. Some coal going up. Wait, is that right? No. There's some coal going up there. And some coal going up on this line. Did I move that at the last second? That's where I want it. No, yes. No, yes. Okay, so that's going to come up there. Hop under. In fact, I should do this right. You hop under there. Damn it. Damn it. You're coming up there. Okay, you can go in. You can go in. Please make plastic. We'll have the other coal belt come in from there. Okay, and pipes for the petrol. Okay, and outputs. Output line. And power. And I goofed up because these need inputs. Okay, I think they're all working now. You're not getting coal. Why are you not getting coal? Oh no, you are getting coal. You're just not outputting plastic. You're fine. You're fine. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. They're all making plastic. And I'll put that on a line somewhere around here. You know what? I'll put it there. That can mostly squeeze past. Okay, so we've got some plastic going. Let's pop back, have a quick look at this. Okay, we've got the engine units, we've got the sulfur, advanced circuits. They need plastic, which we now have, copper cable, which we can make from copper plates, and electronic circuits, which we have. Okay. Okay, so after a little bit of tweaking back and forth, I have come up with this for my design for red circuits, which is actually a little bit different to what I showed you earlier. But so let me put it down where I actually want it. So I'll put it about, that'll do. And I'll show you how it works. So, the red circuits, they are made in 6 seconds. This module makes 1 per second, by the way. So I've got 6 machines. They need plastic, which I'll just bring in on this line here. So that's my plastic input line. They need 4 copper cable per second. So this line here, 4 copper cable per second will come from this machine here, which makes exactly 4 per second. So that is my copper input line. The red circuits, they also need 2 electronic circuits per second, which I put on the other side of this belt by this machine here, which makes exactly 2 per second, from an iron, which it gets from this line, and copper cable, which it gets from here. This makes 4 per second. This needs 6 per second. God damn it. I can't count. Okay, so we actually need to, whoops, we need to squeeze in another one of these. That's not too difficult. I can do that. If I shift that down by 1, that needs to go to there. That needs to go, no, that needs to go to there. The other end of that needs to go to there, I think. No, they both want to go like that, so I'll have underground like that. Okay, that should still work. We'll test it in a second. Yeah, so this actually needs 6 per second, which it can get from these 2 copper cable machines. Okay, light things up because it's getting a bit dark, and of course power, which we will need. The red circuit's output on this belt over here, as you can see. We finish off putting the inserters in the right place. I think that's everything. Let's stop that flashing. Oh, no, we're missing a power pole. Oh, I'm going to need 2 for that. Okay. That can be in a better place. Okay, so my reasoning for doing it like this is if I copy everything from this splitter down, I should just be able to slot another one right on the end of it. And yeah, I think that should work nicely. Okay, so let me plug this in. Right, so this line on the end wants to be copper. Ooh, copper's way back here. Okay, this line here wants to be iron. Don't have to go quite as far back for that, but I do have to dive under a cliff. Okay, and this line wants to come from plastic, which is up here. Which is right in the way of that cliff. That's annoying. Okay, that lets the plastic get past. Okay, so this should... Why aren't you working? You're not getting iron plates because I moved that. Okay, so that actually needs to move down by 1. And that red inserter wants to live there. Okay, that's going to need a fast output. Okay, that's running full time. This one up here should theoretically be running full time. But this one at the end isn't running yet. Okay. And, oh, not yet. Not yet. Still not yet. Okay, there's the first one. And there's the second one. Okay, everything should be running full time from now, in theory. And we get some red circuits coming out. Okay, so we have red circuits, we have engine units, we have sulfur. Now we just need to make some blue science. So let me clear up this, which was wrong anyway as it turned out. Well, that's still, with the changes I made right at the end there, that will still... Yeah, that'll still stack. Okay. So yeah, rather than have multiple green circuit belts on the bus, I think making them locally for red circuits is just a little bit neater the way I've set things up in any way. Okay, so... right, okay, blue science. They are made in 24 seconds, 2 at a time, so I need 12 machines. This one's going to be fairly standard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Blue science. They need a red circuit. They need 3 advanced circuits every 2 seconds. I'm only making 1 per second, not 1.5. So I actually need another one of these modules like now. So I guess I will do that. Okay, that now should be making us 2 red circuits per second. So we'll use 1.5 of that. I'll just throw this on the bus there. So split them there. They'll come down. And in fact, I'll add them to the sulfur, I think. Okay, so where's sulfur? Oh, there was another working out for the red circuits. Here's the sulfur. For some reason I kept getting the numbers wrong when I was working out the ratios for red circuits, which is such an easy thing that I do all the time. I just don't normally put on green circuits as well. Anyway, I'll tidy that up between episodes. Should I split this to a separate sulfur line? Nah. Just bring this straight down. It's almost in line with where I want it, actually. And that is sulfur where it needs to be, and engine units with the other one. Engine units are over here. They can go down there, I think. A bit further along for that. Oops. There. And they want to go down on this line. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and there. Okay, so we've got engines, sulfur, and red circuits. Right, there we go, power. So that should get them all working. They need outputs as well. And somewhere for those outputs to go. Okay, so there's my blue science. I need to get that over here. Right, there's the grey science line. I need it to be on the other side of the grey science line. Now, I was originally going to have them coming in up there. Okay, new plan. If I put that there, that should put the grey science on the other side of the line all the way back here. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Meaning I don't need to switch it up here. So once they go past, I think that's all of them. Yeah, so now I can do that. Which means I can put blue science on this belt here. And it almost works. Not quite as neat as it could be, but neat enough. Okay, that puts blue science in. Now I just need to add in a blue science buffer, which, where shall I do that? Okay, and we'll have input, output, power. You please grab blue science. And we'll just have that go up there instead. There we go, that should do it. And here comes the blue science now. Excellent. Okay, so we're not actually doing any blue science, or any researches that require blue science yet, but we have it for when we need it, so we'll build up a little buffer in the meantime. So, yeah, fair amount of work today. The oil stuff, red circuits, so it's probably been... this has probably been quite a long episode. Next time, I have no idea what we're going to do. I don't even know when the next episode is going to be. I'm not going to record this one straight away. Hopefully this longer episode has made up for the long gap since the last Megabase episode. In the meantime, though, I am going to clear this up. And I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.